game, T.I. attacked Laura Ingraham, called for firing over Nipsey Hussle's comments. So, rap artist T.I. and the game are publicly attacking Laura Ingraham over her reaction to rapper Nipsey Hussle's slang, calling the Fox News host despicable for her to be fired. This is disgusting, you vile, despicable, poor excuses for people, T.I. said in an Instagram post this week. So, look, at the end of the day, we did listen to this video before, and obviously you guys didn't hear it. We will replay it for you, just very quickly. I'm just waiting for it to refresh so that I can go through and... No, it's going to lock me out. Do this post on Instagram. It's not going to let me play it now. It wants to run it through Instagram. But look, yeah, basically she was going through and she was making comments, or actually her co-host was actually making contents about, making jokes about some rappers in the 70s. They were laughing about that. Here it is here. We'll play that for you. Personally, look, I think this is more a tribal
in LA,
thing. We'll play it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, guys.
Thousands line the streets to say goodbye to rapper Nipsey Hussle. Now, this dear artist recently released a song called FDT. F Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump.
1 minute.
Okay, now that's a very creative refrain.
Very catchy.
Very catchy.
Irving Berlin, look out.
Is it? It all began and ended with Irving Berlin for you, didn't it?
Yeah.
So the refrain, the chorus, it goes on and on. Is that related to the lowest unemployment ever, basically,
Okay,
for African Americans?
But now, for those who might not remember, this is 70s. Come on down.
Wasn't he on Hollywood Squares?
Nipsey Hussle.
So like I say, look, at the end of the day, they're not really laughing at his death, for example. They're just laughing at the, like, actually, most of the stuff they're laughing about was something Berlin. I think it's some sort of rap group or whatever. Look, to me, this seems like it's like this Nipsey or this rapper T.I. game. It looks like it's more like it's his bro, it's his mate sort of thing. So look, yeah, to me, I think this is just, look, obviously she says the rapper, and she says in the video, the rapper was what did she say? The rapper's death?
In LA, thousands line the streets to say goodbye to rapper Nipsey Hussle. Now, this dear artist recently released a song.
She says this dear artist recently released a song, and she said, you know, she's not downplaying the death. She said thousands of people lined the streets to say bye to this rapper. So look, I think this is a big nothing burger. I think that this Nipsey's funeral is obviously going to boost the sales for his songs, and I think at the end of the day, this T.I. attack whatever guy, I think he's defending his brother, so to speak. I really don't think that this is as bad as what they're claiming it is. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's the whole thing is just silly. It's you know, she's making some comments about the quality of the song. He got offended.
Yeah.
You know, I think thin-skinned people all around.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like I say, look, yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Lou Dobbs. It was a political decision to rule out arson in Notre Dame blaze. Veteran broadcaster Lou Dobbs noted Tuesday that the decision to dismiss any notion that the Notre Dame fire could have been a deliberate act was based on politics rather than an investigation of facts. One thing authorities are ruling out, however, with just a matter of hours, arson, Dobbs stated. That was a decision made within hours. It sounded like a different kind of decision, perhaps a political decision rather than based on careful investigation of facts, he told viewers. I would agree with him. This sounds like it's a political decision to rule out arson. How do you rule out arson without even an investigation.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the crew on the ground to come out on social media and expose it, because I really am leaning towards arson on this because of the number of church attacks over the last few weeks.
Yeah. This is something that we've talked about repeatedly, but there's been anywhere from, I think it's 10 or 11 church attacks in the last week when it comes to, for example, France, Paris. So, yeah, look, at the end of the day, I would lean towards arson at the moment. Look, and I don't have a problem with investigating this sort of stuff in those sort of situations, because some of these wacky conspiracy theories have ended up being true. So, at the end of the day, it's, is it really that far-fetched to say that this might be arson? Yeah, I would
it's
say,
not.
No, yeah, I would say
Facts have to be important, obviously. If it wasn't arson, fine, it wasn't arson. But
true.
can we actually investigate this properly?
Yeah. Let's actually do a decent job of investigating it, and let's actually just go with facts, and not, for example, with gut instincts, for example. That's all I say about this. But anyway, we should probably keep going because I've got to get to work in like 3 hours and I haven't had much sleep. 9/11 firefighters whose son was murdered on day of attack slams Omar. Retired FDYN or Fire Department of New York firefighter Jim Richards, whose son Jimmy was murdered on 9/11, blasted Minnesota Democrat Republican Ella Maher on Tuesday night for explaining the attacks as some people did something. He demanded an apology from the Democrat Congresswoman while panning New York Democrats for defending her. To me, this is more of a partisan attack. I think that I do think the Republicans are attacking her because they don't like what she stands for. But at the end of the day, that said, I do think that this firefighter has a right to say something. His son was literally killed in this terrorist attack. And here she is claiming that it's some person did something. Can you imagine if we, and I said this before, can you imagine if we went through and said the same thing about Port Arthur, or God even forbid the New Zealand shooting, mass shooting? You imagine if we summarized it as some person did something?
I know. We'd be attacked left, right, and center. Politically. I mean, everyone would be upset.
Yeah.
Apparently, only she's the one who is not upset and doesn't care or something. It's yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, I think the father has a right to criticize her over this. Black migrant wearing Black migrant wearing mega hat beaten in Maryland. A black migrant from West Africa was beaten up on Saturday by two black men in Germantown, Maryland, because the victim was wearing a red Donald Trump Make America Great Again hat, police say. The victim, Al Nusby, is a legal immigrant from Toronto, Togo, and he supports President Donald Trump. But the two alleged attackers were apparently incensed by the victim's Trump hat. According to ABC7, the man was punched in the head and the upper body, and his hat taken away from him. The Montgomery County Police Department said that the Monday press release that the beaten man, who was wearing a red Make America Great Again hat, was approached by two men who had been harassing the victim and asking why he was wearing the mega hat. The victim told the suspects that he was entitled to his own views and kept walking away from the suspects. The suspects then began striking the victim, telling him to take the hat off. The victim continued to be struck by the suspects until he fell to the ground. The suspect then removed the property from the victim and destroyed items of value. The suspect then fled the scene, the statement added. I was like, why are you doing this to me? Neighbors said. According to Fox 5, they said, no, the hat. They started punching me on my head. Trump derangement syndrome?
Yes. Furthermore, I think these attacks are going to rise a lot soon, and we're probably seeing that happen now, because Hollywood has literally put out a show, which is pretty much incitement to violence against people who support Trump. I don't know if you heard of this.
No, maybe which show?
So I linked a video a day or two ago in our Discord. I don't remember the name of the show. I have to go back and look. But basically, they start off the show with Richard Spencer being punched. Then there's an actor, and it's like a series. It's like a movie type scene going on.
Yeah.
And they have like a fake actor who represents Richard Spencer. There's a scene in a courthouse, which is it's kind of like taking into account the whole thing with Tommy Robinson, I think, is what they're playing on there. And basically just making it look like all these people who are like turn up in red shirts. And they make out a scene where, basically then they turn around and in a toilet scene, this guy who, this black guy, he then strikes the leader of the red shirts, which was like the Richard Spencer actor, and they strike him, and then another guy comes out from another stall and he's like, oh yeah, he deserved that. Like, they're just putting it flat in your face on national television there in the States.
If you relink that video, because I just scrolled through, I can't find where you posted it, but we got like 2 Discords and like plenty of channels, so it could be in anywhere. Yeah, if you want to repost it, we'll do another video or something, separate video on it, standalone video or whatever on it or something, and talk about it. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to see it, yeah. But yeah, I do think obviously this sort of tension will obviously increase too, because we're getting into the elections. We're getting into the 2020 election, so I think it's all going to get worse just because of that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is just going to get worse. Yeah.
So Nigel Farage's new Brexit party surges to top of European election polls as UKIP loses support. I think this is fake news. I really, really do. But let's jump into it. Nigel Farage's new Brexit party has surged into first place in opinion polls ahead of European Parliament elections next month. The party, which was only formally launched on April 12th, is now favoured by 27% of votes. So it's that Dark Times one, is it?
So the show is called The Good Fight.
The Good Fight. Okay, cool. But the Dark Times is done. Is that about it? Is it?
Yeah, the Dark Times on Black Pill's channel about a show called The Good Fight, completely supporting violence against the right wing.
Cool. All right. I'll have a look at it.
Yeah.
The Brexit Party was third in YouGov's poll of weeks of its launch on 15%, with support for the new group almost doubling in a matter of days. Mr. Farage, the former UKIP leader, said that when he launched the party that he had bet 1,000 odds of 3-1 that winning is the highest share of the vote in UKIP. I think this is fake news.
I don't think that's what's happening now. I think support is going up, not down.
So they're claiming that... Okay, so I'm going to put this... I'm going to put this on the screen so everybody can see it. This is what they're claiming is the support for Nigel Farage's UKIP, right? And this... how do I say this? I think this is more about Sargon and Count Dankula than it is about Brexit. But let's jump into it. Okay, so here's the graph here, and obviously big shout out to Centaura in chat, who obviously posted this as well. So what they're saying here is on the 10th or 11th of April, that UKIP, the Brexit Party, was at 15% and have shot to 27%. They're saying that Labour's support from 24% has gone down to 22%. They're saying the Conservatives has gone from 16% down to 15%. They're saying that UKIP has gone from 14% down to 7%. And most of the other parties, the Greens, the Lebs, all those sort of stuff, have raised maybe 1 or 2%. Now, what I'm interested here is the UKIP and the Brexit Party. So they're saying that Brexit has dropped by about 7%. Right? My question is I don't know. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But to me, I think this is more about attacking UKIP and bolstering someone like Nigel Farage. Because they don't want people like to be running in politics.
Yeah, they're afraid of someone like Sargon.
Yeah.
Because he can go entirely around the mainstream media with his nearly 1 million strong YouTube channel.
Yep.
In fact, Content is turning to that direction on Sargon's channel.
Yes.
He even did an interview with a fellow party member just recently on there too. He's using his own self-built media platform on YouTube to do all that he's going to do. It basically means that the mainstream media is completely cut out of it, and they can't spin and lie, and
Well, they're still trying to slander him in the media. I think it was V that said yesterday that 7 media articles or something a day, or over the past couple of days, have been written about Sargon alone. The media is going full chop.
Oh yeah, but Sargon can go straight past them in response.
Yes, he can.
And that's infuriating them.
Yes. Yeah,
and what, YouTube can't do anything about it because he's not breaking any rules or saying anything wrong.
No. He's also on Twitter at the moment. Well, he's not on Twitter. His party members have a Twitter account that he has no control over.
Yeah. He doesn't have a Twitter account. No.
Not so whatsoever. But yeah, he like he said, it's not me on Twitter because it's very professional. There's going to be no trolling or anything like that. But like I say, look, at the end of the day, regardless of what you think of Carl and UKIP, for example, I think this is fake news because I don't think they're going through, and I don't think they're. I think they might be trying to fudge the figures because they're worried and they don't want to show UKIP having support. It's sort of the grand old adage of, well, look, if we can go through and discredit them in the media, we can go through and claim they have no support, maybe people won't vote for them. And that's what I think they're doing at the moment. I don't know. I don't think UKIP is actually doing as bad as what they say it is. But I don't know. Yeah. Let me know what your thoughts are, I suppose. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's easy to fudge a poll simply by targeting particular areas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They do it all the time in the United States.
Yeah. And look, at the end of the day, obviously Nigel Farage is Brexit, he is still establishment. He is still very much against Tommy Robinson, very much against Carl Benjamin. He is... Yeah, and look, obviously, Nigel Farage does have a bit of name recognition. Probably a lot more than Carl does at the moment. But they're also talking about having Carl go through and do, like campaigning in these areas. So it'd be interesting to find out what sort of percentage that UKIP does once he's gone through and started talking to people. And he started talking about UKIP and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I would not take this poll seriously. It's from your gov. It's literally establishment. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but Let me see if they mention where they got the stats from. While I'm doing that, let's jump into the next story. It's locking me into Australia. It's not letting me check out the UK. I'll have to bounce off the UK VPN, so I'll check that offline. But anyway, Nancy Pelosi admits she defended Al-Amar's 9/11 remarks without knowing what was said. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat, on Tuesday admitted that she does not know the context of Representative Al-Amar's reference remarks about 9/11, despite offering a full-throated defense of the freshman congresswoman in the wake of criticisms of President Donald Trump. This seems like it's just Orange Man bad, defend our people at all cost. Yeah. I don't think the congresswoman is anti-Semitic. I wouldn't even put those in the same category. But I'll interview Christine Assange in Ireland. We have a taint that anti-Semitism, she added, and it's just because they want to accuse somebody of that doesn't mean that we take the bait. Which is ironic because this is the same party that claims that everybody is racist and whatnot. But, you know. Hey. Democrat Rashid Tlaib meets with terrorist supporters. Extreme anti-Israel activists, reports say. So far left Representative Rashid Tlaib, Democrat Minnesota, reportedly met with a terrorist supporter and extreme anti-Israel activists in her congressional office in Washington, D.C. in mid-April. The Daily Caller Molly Prince reported that the meeting happened during the American Muslims for Palestine, or AMP, Advocate Day, which reportedly requires those attending to support anti-Semitism boycotts, diversity and sanctions, BDS movement, which seeks to punish Israel by economically depriving the country of its alleged mistreatment of Palestinians living in the Gaza Strip and West Bank. Tlaib spoke on AMP on April the 8th, where she told the groups that she feels more Palestinian when she is in Congress than she does anywhere, according to the Investigative Project on Terrorism. First reported on the meeting, Prince reported AMP's New Jersey chapter posted a photograph of Tlaib outside her office with some of its members during the event. I really think it's kind of troubling when you have people literally meeting with terrorist sympathizers.
You don't say.
Yeah. But hey, this is the new face of the Democratic Party. This is Rashid Tlaib. Like, yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know when all these people decided to, these Palestinians decided when, hey, let's go invade the American government and, start all this craziness. But, well, they need to get a handle on this because it looks to me like it's just going to get worse, though. It is the pure anti-Semitism coming out of these people that I think is also concerning too. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that Israel doesn't do anything wrong. It's just that I don't see Israel bringing up terrorist sympathizers.
Well, this is the thing. Like, can you imagine if, like, for example, Donald Trump met with terrorists from, like, Israel? Holy shit. Like,
yeah, I mean, these people would think that him meeting with the president of Israel would be doing exactly that. That's how insane these people are.
And it did say, so she's also meeting a lobbying group for American Muslims for Palestine. But wasn't it also, and also they're obviously influenced by Khan or whatever it is. I thought they were against Care. I thought they were against lobbying. Isn't that what they've been going on about?
Yeah, against lobbying of the wrong kind.
It's funny that, isn't it? Seems like it's one rule for me, one rule for thee. But anyway. Alright. Funny, we just lost all our viewers on YouTube when we were talking about this. Wow, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Stream's offline too. The second time it's done in the last 5 minutes, it's gone, and then it comes back.
Yeah. It's a little bit weird that we're talking about this and it just seems to disappear.
This is why tomorrow I really want to do it where it's from mine.
Yep.
And there's no excuse then, because I will literally have everything turned off. Only the missus is going to probably use a bit of YouTube. That's it.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I didn't really want to talk about that online because I didn't want to give anybody heads up, but regardless. Elizabeth Warren will all oil gas drilling on public lands offshore on day one of presidency. Nothing will crush the economy more. President hopeful and Senator Elizabeth Warren to stop all oil and gas production on federal lands on offshore on her first day in office if she... Okay. What are we going to do for petrol?
I don't know. We could grow some corn in the backyard and turn that into some biofuel.
And while I'm a huge supporter of biofuel, that is extremely wasteful. In fact, the corn to biofuel conversion is a lot less than it is oil to petrol conversion.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. My dad actually used to make biofuel. He used to have a boat and he used to run the boat on biofuel. So I know exactly how wasteful it is. Yeah. By the way, the boat ran really, really well on biofuel. Like, biofuel was hugely improving performance. It had better performance. It was cleaner, burned a lot cleaner. There was no black smoke or anything like that when there is with diesel. It was really, really good. That's...
Even when you compare biofuel to, like, normal petrol, which is, like, on average somewhere between 92 to 98 octane, depending how far you take it, the purification, but biofuel still has a 100 octane level on average.
Yeah.
In some cases, you can refine biofuel to 110 octane. I wouldn't recommend running it on some motors, though. That's half the problem, though.
Yeah.
And too many people, like, this is a strange thing, especially with the more popular four-cylinder cars. The older four-cylinder cars, they really don't like it when you use 98 octane or ethanol because it's too high octane.
Yeah.
But then the newer four-cylinder cars, the ones that are only in the, like, 2010 and above, or 2015 models as well, it's actually in the manual that if the motor dies and they find out you weren't using high-octane fuel, they void your warranty. Yeah.
And obviously, when I'm talking about my dad's boat, I'm talking about diesel. So obviously, talk to a mechanic and everything before you go running biofuel through your cars and stuff like that. Full disclosure.
Yeah. There's different kinds of, like, biofuel. I mean, I don't know if you can technically call ethanol biofuel. It probably is.
Yeah.
It is a kind of biofuel. Like, it's like there's different grades of biofuel. But yeah, I mean, the conversion is pretty terrible, and we are talking about much the same problem when it comes to crops. I mean, it's worse to grow crops and turn it into fuel, like it is with the whole vegan thing. I don't see any. I think it's fine. Let's dig holes around and pull out oil because it's better. This whole anti-coal, anti-oil movement is driving me up the wall.
Yeah, and look, at the end of the day,
across the roof.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if you didn't have to grow acres of corn to make liters of fuel, and obviously I'm being exaggerating here, but you know what I mean, then I would look into it. I would think, yeah, maybe it's an option. But even that said, it's going to take time to go through and replace the existing infrastructure. She's talking about dropping it on day one of her presidency.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to crash the economy.
Oh, yeah. The only really direction we can go, to be honest, is is not doing fuel at all. Like, the only real movement forward is to use electric cars, but we need, like, you still can't drop it on day one. We have to fix the battery problem first. There's two major things. We have to find, first of all, a better battery technology, and second, no longer needing massive amounts of lithium to do it.
Yeah.
We need a much cheaper, simpler wet cell or dry cell technology. We can't keep going like this with lithium. It's far too damaging on the environment to mine and process vast amounts of lithium like we are now right now.
And that was going to be my argument is, people always go on about this coal and everything like that. Have you seen a lithium mine? Like, holy shit. Like, let me see if I found a photo the other day.
Oh man, lithium is terrible. Apparently.
Yeah. I can't spell lithium.
Lithium.
IUM, is it? IUM. I put IAM. Images. Yeah, here's a photo of a lithium mine. To give you guys an idea of what it looks like.
Yeah.
There.
And by the way, when you rip apart, like even something as simple as a nickel metal hydride battery, like the NIMH is what we had before lithium, right?
Yeah.
Even that is horrible. Did you know they actually have to use neodymium in NIMH? Like, that's also a rare material. Like, we are using high-grade rare materials to make batteries. And we're just disposing of them like candy right now.
Like, there's
something is going to give, man.
Here's another lithium mine right there. Look at the fucking hole. It's like a great big hole drilling to the center of the universe.
Well, coal mines are just as crazy like that, but
yeah, true. But at the end of the day, with lithium mines, for example, and like, hey, I like my lithium batteries and my iPhones and everything like that. I'm not shitting on lithium, so to speak. But at the end of the day, the fact is that you look at this and you're like, okay, this is just as devastating as coal. And coal and petrol and all that have far better implications when it comes to performance. Like car batteries, for lithium batteries, for example, for cars, last for about 4 hours before needing recharge. Reportedly.
Yeah. We also have to take into account that lithium batteries, they lose just based on age alone, like the time of breakdown, you lose around 20% of the capacity after roughly a couple of years.
Yeah.
Now add on top of that the charge cycles degradation, you go down to probably 40% lost. And then by the third, fourth year, you're looking at half the capacity already. So your 4 hour runtime just went down to 2 hours. I mean, you see this with your phones already now. Like, the fact is that a Tesla has a battery pack so big. And down in South Australia, they built those massive battery complexes down there. That's all lithium batteries too. Well, they're talking about, it's a 10-year investment. I'm like, okay, buddy. Let's get back to that at 4 years and see how good your battery grid is doing.
Yeah.
That's half the problem. We need a battery technology revolution before we can start looking into improvements. And another thing is we need a solar panel revolution, because at the moment they use gold, silver, they have to use high-grade silicon wafers. It's just as bad as making CPUs. And that's one of the most electronics is one of the most polluting things we have. Solar panels are right up there with semiconductor production. Like, we're not in a place right now. We have to stay with something which is clean coal, is actually real, and it is not that devastating, really. It's just coal. They run it through a cleaning plant, and then they can just shove it into the plant and make power. It's that easy. It's not that bad. All these other alternatives that they're pushing are devastating to the environments. and they don't. And nobody wants to see it. Everyone thinks that solar is the great thing, and look, it is. It is pretty cool. You have solar panels, I know.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But there are realities to all of this, and people are not looking into it. And I find that the general public is not savvy to this reality that battery technology and all this is terrible. It's, you know.
Hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think lithium batteries look they're the future, maybe, but it really does depend on. Yeah, there has to be a long way to come first.
Yeah, one of the things they're doing right now is they're moving to lithium cobalt for the latest lithium cells. That's what's in my phone. It's because they improve the chemistries. They're up to a 3.85 volt chemistry. That's apparent. That's lithium ion polymer cobalt. And now, oh great! Now we're going to consume vast amounts of cobalt. Yay! You want to look up a cobalt mine?
Yeah.
And this is the thing I was bringing up NIMH earlier. Like, if you unwrap a lithium cell and an NIMH cell, the material inside there is disgusting. It's black and super polluting, and it'll just melt out into water and cause vast amounts of pollution. So when you throw out batteries like this, it really devastates the local environment around these dump sites.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, like I say, I think there's a long way to go when it comes to, like, for example, with battery technology and stuff like that. And I've heard the conspiracy theory in the past where, you know, like, they have, batteries that they're hiding and they're not showing anybody and all that sort of shit. I know those conspiracy theories. Who knows? Maybe they do have tech that they're not sharing. I don't know.
There is a tech. There is a tech that is, it's a nickel-based battery. They use it in satellites.
Okay.
That's what it is. Sorry.
That's alright. I'm reconnected now. That might have been me. I just found a suggestion on how to fix my internet dropouts.
Okay.
And I didn't think it was actually going to drop me offline, but we'll see how that goes. All right. So, sorry, what were you saying, man? Satellite?
I think I read it a while ago, a long time ago. There's something dangerous about it, so I think that's why it's mainly only used for like these industrial things. So
okay. All right.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, obviously, yeah. As for Elizabeth Warren's idea, I think this is absolutely stupid, completely idiotic. But hey,
most politicians are.
Yeah, see what happens. All right, let's jump in.
I don't know what they're talking about.
No idea. Let's jump into the next one. Washington braces for release of the Mueller report. Why are they bracing for the release of... I thought this is what they wanted. Washington is bracing for the release of the Mueller Special Counsel report Thursday, with Republicans and Democrats posturing for what happens next. So, the White House is planning to release the 35-counter report, according to Politico's Darren Schotterson, getting that name wrong. According to Schotterson, President Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, texted him at 2:54 a.m. The counter report was now at 34 or 35 pages. The more concise, the better. 400 pages is a novel. Some sources who do not want to speak on the records say that the expert that the presidents will not have much to fear, despite the report being nearly 400 pages long. Those who know Special Counsel Robert Mueller say that he is thorough and exhaustive and will likely detail all his investigation steps. And that some of that will be already public information, such as parts of the previous sentence memos stemming from earlier indictments. And I think I might have fixed my internet dropout issue. Look, at the end of the day, I think this report's going to be a great big nothing burger. I really do.
Let's wait and see.
We'll wait to see on both, because I think I might have just fixed my internet too. See? Wait and
cool.
see. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything important. I think it's going to be a great big nothing burger. Yeah, I don't know. Let us know what you guys think in the chat. But yeah, I would say probably nothing burger. Thoughts, opinions?
Yeah, I would like to wait and see what it is because things sometimes don't age well online.
True.
So I'm just I'm not going to brace. I think that's silly. Maybe the Democrats should invest in Jesus bars. The things in the car you grab onto when someone goes around the corners, you grab it.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they need to invest in those because they're such wimps. Like,
Well,
everything is,
and this is
brace yourself.
and this is the thing, right? At the end of the day, say they've gone through and they've hyped this whole thing up, right? Like, which they've done. They've gone on, we want the full report because blah, 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 right? What's going to be the excuse after this 35 pages comes out? What? This is not the full report. He's still hiding stuff. Like, there's going to be a point where people just start rolling their eyes and going, okay, Democrats, if we're already not there.
The next Twitter trending hashtag is impeach Mueller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Impeach Mueller, impeach Barr, impeach anybody, just impeach someone.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be absolutely insane, but yeah.
Totally.
But anyway, and obviously the last story for the day, and I still haven't dropped out yet, so I think I have actually fixed it. Court docs. Prosecutor asks to present evidence that NXIVM sex cult leaders illegally bundled money for Hillary Clinton campaign.
I love the photo they've used here. It's her coughing.
Yeah. So prosecutors have asked to present evidence that NXIVM sex cult racketeering trial shows that NXIVM leaders, including Nancy Salzman and Claire Bumford, illegally bundled money for Hillary Clinton's 2018 presidential campaign by compelling members to donate to Hillary Clinton and then reimbursing the members. I haven't had a drop. So that might have been you, man. I'm monitoring the little bar very closely and I have not seen it drop once.
Oh, it keeps doing it on the YouTube side of things.
That might be you. That might be you, because I am getting a green bar across, and
I've been watching videos all morning. Like, I didn't have problems with YouTube earlier.
Yeah, I have not got a single warning from YouTube regarding this at all.
Yeah, I believe that you're probably not having any issues, but there's a screenshot, and basically it's every 5 minutes or so it'll just do that. It'll just be like, it ended now. And it just stops playing.
Yeah, I
have to reload it.
That might be something on your end because I've got the stream on my screen, and I am not. Hang on, maybe. Let me. All right, I've reloaded it. Okay, so that didn't reload because of when it dropped out. That was because when I fiddled with my network settings. I've got it running on my other screen here. We'll just keep an eye on it. We'll see if it drops out. But yeah, as for Hillary, like I say, the contributions are made of more than a dozen members of NXIVM, Clinton's presidential campaign, and former NXIVM employee tells Bigwig Politics, confirming that the court documents refer to Clinton's campaign. Boffman donations to Clinton are recorded here. The document 414, Memorandum of Law in support of government's motion to admit certain racketeering evidence. The prosecutors state the campaign contribution evidence is facts at trial, and the government intended to introduce witness testimony and documents demonstrating that in 2007 the defendants and their co-conspirators were involved in a legal scheme to exceed contribution limits to a presidential primary candidate. Witness testimony corroborated by the documentary evidence will demonstrate that at least 14 members of the NXIVM community, including at least 5 defendants and co-conspirators, made the maximum campaign donations to a primary candidate with the understanding that they would be reimbursed by Bradford or Nancy Salzman. It seems like it's a day to wear some orange. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. Maybe they can cast Hillary Clinton for the next season of Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, actually. Look, at the end of the day, obviously, I would say that this is probably realistic. It's not the first time that someone has been caught doing this. Probably won't be the last time. I presume the Republicans have done it at some point in time too. Yeah, yeah, she's been in trouble for doing it too. Reportedly, allegedly. I've got to say allegedly now. But you know, like I say, yeah. Look, at the end of the day, it's yeah. I would not be surprised if Hillary actually did this. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But look, at the end of the day, yeah, I would not be surprised if they did racketeer some money for her. My question is, why is NXIVM, why is a sex cult supporting Hillary Clinton? And does this have something to do with Stormy Daniels?
Do you really have to ask what NXIVM has to do with the Clintons? Really?
Well, yeah. I didn't want to go there.
I mean, Podesta and all that other stuff.
Well, my actual line of thought was more about Stormy Daniels coming out and going against Trump, because you know about that. What did she claim it was? It was appendix scar that just happens to resemble a K, which is what the NXIVM sex cult brands on their women. You heard about that?
Yeah, and I just find it. I mean, it just occurs to me too. Is like they're literally branding their members.
Yeah, like cattle. Yeah.
That is feminists. Look over here.
Yeah. Don't be silly. They have the right political point of view. We're going to ignore that evidence and text.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And we're demonetized yet again. I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I haven't seen a drop frame. I think I might have actually fixed this. I'll show you what I did. I'll post the link to the video that showed me how to do it. See what
It's
you
okay.
think.
That particular one could have been me. Because the little girl came running out to get me, and I had dragged me back in, and apparently the Netflix had come up with an error has occurred. Connection problem. I'm like, okay, what?
Okay.
And then I just go to resume it, and everything's fine. So who knows?
Yeah, at the moment it's still looking live. It was actually something to do with the network settings. There's actually an option there you can check that apparently fixes it. But anyway, I've posted the link in the Discord for the video. Let me know what you think. If you think you're good with this computer stuff, so let me know what you think. Apart from that, guys, obviously at the end of the day, if this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If the video has been stable for the last 10 minutes or so, let me know in the comment section below. I might have to rewatch this video because I really want to know if I fixed it. Because this has been something that's been driving me nuts, but we'll see. Apart from that, guys, obviously we'll be back tomorrow. We might be doing the live stream on Satellite's channel. Well, actually, it'll be my channel, but he'll be hosting it. So quality. But yeah, obviously we'll have to send him all the files and yeah, see if he can get it somewhat set up similar, but see what happens. But yeah, obviously we'll have a quick chat about that now and we'll see. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Apart from that, guys, we will see you tomorrow, same bat time. So actually earlier, because I'm not going to try and sleep in. So there's that. But apart from that, guys, we'll see you tomorrow and have a great night. You want to say bye?
Good night, everyone.
No worries, guys. Have a good night. Talk to you soon. Bye.